preview of the Carling knockout, and thanks for making the time to come to Doko. I'll ask the questions to come from the floor. Please, let's start with the preparations, because not about other things. So I don't know who will start with direct questions, but about the preparations. Anyone? Okay. Now, if you can just give us how the preparations are going.
Good afternoon to the members of the media. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. We've been preparing very well. We just had a game last night, so we're going to start preparing for the semi-final, which is going to be very difficult, playing away from home. But we have played with them before, so in the league, so it's going to be very interesting to be up against them.
Thank you. And Lucas?
Falar sobre a preparação, sobre o partido da semifinal contra o Marumo. Boa tarde a todos. Estou muito aqui feliz de conversar com vocês. Claro, a gente está muito preparado para essa semifinal. A gente sabe que é um jogo muito difícil, mas como eu falei, a gente está muito preparado, a gente está muito focado para que a gente possa jogar mais outra final.
Well, good afternoon to everyone. Always a pleasure to have a chat with you. We are preparing actually for the difficult semi-final game against Marumo. We are focused on that game because we have a big objective to play another final. So yeah, all the preparations are towards Marumo.
Thank you. Questions from the floor, please do introduce yourself and the media house to represent. Any questions? Shem?
Now you had a great game last night, and surely it feels good to see the level of rotation that the coach now is doing. How important is that for you guys, and especially looking at Carling Cup, League, Champions League, all what is happening within your space, looking at all your performances as a team, as a collective, and you as an individual?
It's actually great because we have a lot of players, we have a lot of competition within the club, and the guys that have been starting, it's always important for us, especially on a team as Utrecht, to keep the same intensity, to keep them on their toes, because everybody's just fighting for a place in the starting lineup. So it's very important as a team to actually win those type of games, because still the one Sundowns, but we just a lot of players, and the rotation is good for us also to get some minutes to actually get to the performance that we want to get as a team. Individually, it's great to be back on the pitch after so long not playing, but focusing on helping the team more.
My question is also to Riberio, but it's about your teammate.
Yeah.
Just since he's arrived at Sundowns, what have you made of his ability and what he's brought to the squad? And obviously, just in general, his quality and his personality.
Lucas is a top player. Something that arguably we have never seen in this country. He possesses a great finish. Left foot that there's very to learn from. And yeah, he's a great teammate. He's a brother. We try to help him also when it comes to the English part of the pitch. But he's a great player, and we can't wait to see what more can he produce for us.
Thank you. So maybe you'll say a few English words.
Yeah.
To see how the results are going.
Lucas, since you've arrived, quickly became a fan favorite, as Noah has mentioned, the quality you possess. Now you're standing in the chance of winning another title. What does that mean to you to play for a club like Sundowns? You've already have an African Football League title in the league, and now stand a chance of winning the cup, the Carling Cup. So the expectations from fans, how do you deal with those, and what does that mean to you?
Ya como que la calidad que tienes y Neo como falou que eres un gran jugador, ya ganaste la liga con nosotros temporada pasada y como la Copa de África también. Ahora las hinchas afuera, la gente te aman y te quieren que gane muchas copas, preparando para ese final y semifinal. ¿Cómo veas esa perspectiva, la expectación que tienen para ti y que tienes, como sientas, qué sensación tienes por todo eso?
Primeiro fico muito feliz de poder receber elogios de um grandíssimo jogador como o Nel e de outros jogadores também. Mas como eu falei, estou muito feliz aqui na África do Sul, jogando um grande time que é o Mamelodi Sundowns. E fico feliz de estar fazendo boas atuações já do ano passado, e esse ano comecei muito bem. E estou muito feliz por meus companheiros que estão me ajudando, e dentro de campo e fora de campo, com a língua também me ajudando. Bom, estou muito feliz na África do Sul, espero poder estar continuando com essas boas atuações. E bom, é maravilhoso fazer grandes jogos e tá bem, as pessoas falando bem. Isso é bom para o clube e para mim também. Isso mostra que eu estou fazendo um excelente trabalho.
Dale. Well, it's also a great honor to receive compliments from your teammates, like Neo has actually mentioned. I'm also fortunate to be part of the Sundown structure, to be here with the great team where they actually helped me a lot to play well, and we win for sure. Last season we won the league and AFL. It was with the assistance of my teammates and how they assist me in the pitch and also off the pitch. So it's always a marvelous feeling, because it shows the hard work we all do and give inside the pitch and outside the pitch. And I'm actually happy to be part of to be in South Africa, to play the way I've done, with what I've achieved last season and with how I've actually started the season. And for sure with expectations to continue to help the team so that we can achieve greater goals and objectives as well of the team.
My question is for you now. I'm just following up on Rossi's question earlier on rotation. There's always been this thing that players need to play continuously for momentum and synergy, chemistry, and all that kind of thing. How difficult it is to be going through what you are going through now at the club, where the coach at minimum he changes like 5-6 players per game. From a player's perspective, are you guys getting used to this thing?
For individually, for my career, I would say it's very difficult, and also the coaches made it clear to us that we have a big squad, we have a lot of competitions to play. So I'm just one that takes the instructions from the coaches, Well, it's very difficult, as we want to keep momentum by playing more and actually make sure that you get to a level that you want. But with the many competitions and also with a lot of players that we have, we can only push and make sure that you show up when you're given the chance to play.
Now this question is for you. The hot topic right now is all the young players in the league, and you've got quite a few in the team as well. One winning the man of the match yesterday. Does it feel like there's somewhat of a greater responsibility to make sure that you assist them with the pressure, also considering the number of fixtures that you're playing with the expectations at Mamelodi Sundowns?
Yeah, there's a lot of great young players in the league, and we make sure that our youngsters, we make sure that we support them, mainly because we know what type of environment they are in. We make them sure that they understand that Sundowns is a team that needs to win every time. Hardly gonna get a second chance, after a bad performance. So we make sure that we help them, also because they are helping themselves with the type of performances that they give out to week in and week out. Even when they're not playing, they never sulk. They make sure that they be available for the next selections, and that's one thing that actually I was admired by the youngsters at our club, and yeah, so it's something that is very interesting to see, and it will help them grow. Also the discipline that comes from within the group to make sure that they stay grounded.
Good job from News 24. I've got a question for both gentlemen. The first for Lucas. All your coaches have said that what we've seen is not the best out of you, despite how you've sort of shown in the short space of time in the country. So if this is what we've seen is not your best, then what does your best look like? Because that's something that most of your coach keeps saying. And to know, this game is going to take you home. For you, how did Bloom shape you to be the man that you are today? And what would it mean to go back there for the final to playing in these high-profile games?
Dicen todos los entrenadores falaron que todavía no hemos visto lo mejor de Lucas y qué sería eso, que es el mejor Lucas, porque todos falan que todavía no hemos visto lo mejor que puede hacer para nosotros. ¿Qué es lo que debemos esperar? Lo mejor de Lucas, ¿qué es?
Não, acredito que estou vivendo um momento muito bom com essa camisa do Sundowns. E, claro, nós jogadores, a gente sempre quer evoluir cada vez mais. E se as pessoas acham que eu ainda não cheguei no meu grande nível, estou lutando para chegar num nível maior ainda. Então é difícil falar sobre isso porque a gente sabe que cada temporada é difícil. Então a gente está sempre querendo o melhor e mesmo às vezes num momento ou outro a gente não consegue chegar no mais alto nível, mas a gente continua trabalhando para chegar nesse mais alto nível. E é isso que eu estou tentando fazer, tentando chegar no mais alto nível possível.
Well, thanks for the credit. But also, I understand that it has been mentioned that he has not actually showed out or reflected his utmost best level, which has been the case that since he has actually joined the club, representing the T-shirt of Sundowns, it has been in good standing. He has performed well and stuff like that. At this moment for him, it's difficult to say that this is the level where he will reach because every season is different and the challenges and to achieve and objectives are actually different. So what he can actually say is that he knows that every season he will try to give his best so that out of his best, then he will see where he can actually achieve. It is difficult to put it in words that this is the best of me, but what he can actually say the best of him is to give the best in everything he does.
Any new hands? In the absence of new hand, okay, can go ahead and after that there was
it will be an honor, to go home. This will be our second time since I've been here. Because I think we played last 16 against Marumo the first time I went. It's always a great feeling to go back home, where it started, to make sure standing in front of your supporters that have been supporting you from the start of your career. It will be great to go home, also to see my family and make sure that the supporters that have been supporting me from day one, give them an unforgettable experience and a performance that they will cherish when I get the chance to play.
Nothing changed in terms of your training.
It's an environment that everybody needs to grow out of. It's somewhere that it's a good for a player to start because the supporters are very enthusiastic about football. They're very passionate. They look after their players. They support them, and so it's not a regret, to where I am and the man that I am today. It's mainly because of the principles that they have shown me and taught me.
Thank you. Do you have a question? Yes. So after you, then we'll take the last round of questions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please keep it to one question. Also, your timekeeper. You promised me a time. You said 10 minutes.
Take my question.
Thank you.
My question is to Lucas. Lucas, I think that every time you've stepped on the field, you've just made football look so easy, as if you're playing against kindergarten kids when you play against the other teams. Do you feel that the way that you are playing this season is in a way that even your national team is looking at you as well to say that you can come play for them because of it? Just looks like you're playing football so easy.
Lo que está mostrando esta temporada, que estás jugando fútbol como es fácil, es como estás jugando con los niños y es como estás jugando los niños de 5 o 4 años. Tú piensas que ahí la selección de brasileños que van a venir y ve que sí eres un gran jugador para podernos que tenga posibilidad de que vayas allá a jugar con la calidad que muestras.
Primeiro eu estou muito feliz, quando eu entro em campo estou muito feliz e me sentindo solto, livre. Isso é muito importante para nós jogadores se sentir dessa forma. E graças a Deus as coisas estão fluindo, estou jogando bem, o treinador me dá essa liberdade. E como eu falei, estou me sentindo livre e graças a Deus as coisas estão fluindo e estou jogando bem. E sobre a seleção, a gente sabe a dificuldade da nossa seleção brasileira. Tem muitos grandes jogadores. E claro, se eu receber um elogio ou algo do tipo vindo da seleção, claro que será um prazer enorme, vou estar muito feliz sobre isso. Mas a gente sabe que é muito difícil, ainda mais sobre os grandíssimos jogadores que tem na seleção brasileira. Mas, como eu falei, estou me sentindo livre, estou me sentindo feliz, estou feliz aqui na África do Sul. E meus companheiros me ajudam bastante, me dão muitos conselhos. E é isso, estou feliz e espero continuar jogando bem assim pela temporada inteira.
First and foremost, he's super happy and liberated when he plays on the field because he's been given a freedom to express himself that makes him happy, and then he plays happy, free, with the free-flowing from emotional and all other perspective. From that being said, well, the perspective of playing for the national team is a different story because it's also difficult because we know the qualities of the national team players that are playing at Brazil is high level, but if one gets an opportunity, that would be also a life-changing opportunity. But from where I'm at, from where he's at the level, he's playing freely and enjoys South Africa and South African football. He plays with joy, and which is very key and vital for every player to play, being happy playing. So he's at that level where he's happy to demonstrate and reflect his qualities. And also with the help of his teammates and the advice they give to him, it also plays a huge role for him to be happy here. When it comes to the national team, is something that it will be a big plus.
Matumo Gallants from Sunday World. My question is to Lucas. Since you've arrived, what has been your observation and what is your impression about South African football in terms of standards?
Desde que llegaste acá, ¿qué es lo que has visto con la calidad del fútbol africano, sudafricano? ¿Qué es lo que veas? ¿Qué pensamientos tienes para todo esto que está pasando?
Não, os jogadores sul-africanos têm muitas qualidades. Às vezes eu fico até surpreso com tanta qualidade que tem e que não saiu muitos jogadores para jogar na Europa ou em outros continentes, porque tem muitas qualidades. A gente vê jogadores que têm um potencial incrível de jogar um nível muito alto. E como eu falei antes, tem muitas qualidades e não entendo porque ainda não... Eu acho que não deram essa oportunidade mais para os jogadores daqui para alcançar esse nível, porque potencial tem. Inclusive na equipe Mamelodi Sundowns, como outras equipes, tem muitos jogadores que têm qualidade. A gente vê o nosso grande exemplo, que é Ronza, William, é um grandíssimo goleiro, e a qualidade que tem com os pés, e não ter jogado na Europa, a gente fica um pouco... Eu particularmente fico um pouco triste porque poderia ser um grande exemplo de um jogador como esse estar jogando na Europa e abrir as portas para grandíssimos jogadores aqui na África do Sul. Como eu falei antes, que tem muita qualidade.
Well, first and foremost, it was actually a surprise to see players of high quality still playing at the league. Probably he would anticipated such quality would be playing in Europe already because there were many players that he's seen in the squad and also probably in other teams in the league that were possessive of high qualities, and I was surprised that they were not actually playing also at a higher level than the PSL. That's one thing you notice, that upon arriving the team and also the league has high quality players. For example, is Ronza with the qualities he has, he somehow felt sad for him at the point that he's not at probably in Europe in the top teams, because by him doing that he actually opens more doors for other South African players to tap into that space if one or two of the quality players they go in that level. So that's one thing that he observed when he came to the country, with the quality of the players they have.
Take the last two questions of Shengu. You can start and Shengu the last one.
All right. To Lucas, he speaks about the realization that it may be a little bit difficult to play for the Brazilian national team. But over the last while, his name and that of Selino, and has been mentioned as players who may add value to Bafana. So just maybe check with him. If that opportunity arises, I know he doesn't qualify now, but if that opportunity arises in future of him been asked to switch allegiance and play for Bafana, would you consider it?
Ya comprendiste la pregunta, ¿no?
Ai, né, Lucas.
Ya comprendiste la pregunta.
Para jogar con Bafana.
Sí, porque sí, sería difícil jugar para la selección brasileña. Si te llaman para la selección Bafana, puedes conseguir jugar, representar la selección.
A verdade é que ainda não chegou a proposta na minha porta ainda. Não, mas a seleção Bafana é uma grandíssima seleção, está mostrando esses anos o quanto estão jogando bem, inclusive chegaram como terceiro colocado da última competição que jogaram. E tem muitos jogadores aqui do Sundowns e seria um prazer imenso poder jogar pela seleção do Bafana. Se tiver realmente esse interesse para me jogar, acredito que seria mais positivo do que negativo, mas até agora no momento ainda não chegou nenhuma proposta. E se um dia chegar para mim, será um prazer a gente ver e achar a melhor situação, mas seria mais para positivo do que negativo. Seria um prazer enorme representar uma seleção grandiosa como essa.
You said I must not translate his response. So he's saying that, unfortunately at this point in time, in his door, he has not received an offer or request to play for Bafana. But it would be actually a pleasure to represent them, because not mainly because of he's playing in South Africa, but because the national team is also doing well. It's the highest level for sure for any football player to be in that space in their career. And also because Bafana has many players from Sundowns that are playing there. So for him, if that opportunity were to present itself, it would be great, because he thinks he can actually probably adapt and assist the national team, because it's also one of the highest level one probably player dreams of being. And unfortunately, if then that request or the offer comes to his door, he anticipates his response towards it will be more positive than negative. But at the moment, there's no factuality in terms of probably it's done. So there's no offer or anything to say that is there a possibility, but he thinks then there could be a positive response towards that.
Obrigado.
I'll take that also.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick one. Was Lucas surprised that he wasn't nominated for any awards at the PSL awards? Was it something that doesn't matter to him?
Te sorprendí temporada pasada cuando no te llamaron para los premios individuales de los jugadores de la liga, todo eso.
A gente fica feliz, né, quando a gente ganha um prêmio individual. Isso demonstra o quanto o nosso trabalho tá sendo admirado por outros treinadores, por outros jogadores. Mas eu não me foco muito nisso, não. Sou mais coletivo, um jogador muito, muito coletivo. Fiquei feliz pelos títulos que eu ganhei com o Sundowns, que foram meus primeiros. E, bom, não fiquei muito focado sobre isso. Mas se um dia eu for conquistar, estarei muito feliz. Mas não é algo que eu fico tanto focado. Fico mais focado na vitória da equipe e que todos possamos ganhar as coisas juntos. E se um dia eu for ganhar como melhor jogador ou algo do tipo, será bem recebido e ficarei muito feliz. Mas como eu falei antes, sou um jogador muito coletivo e me foco muito mais nisso do que outros prêmios individuais.
Well, individual awards are good from the perspective that it shows that not only you can actually see of a game, other people have probably seen, either other coaches or other teammates or rival players, they see your game and they appreciate that. That's the good perspective about it, that other people, they actually appreciate your work and what you do. But the type of a player he's more on the collective awards, which he's happy that he's won the first titles with the club on his career, which were the first that he won last season. That's more his focus is to win the collective titles, the cups and stuff. But if then it be the case that his individual work is recognized to receive an award, it will also be another honor, but his focus is not to win the individual, is to win as a collective, and then the individual comes as a bonus to that.
Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Mel.
Thank